Hey guys, welcome to another video. Today I'm going to be doing my top 5 initiators in every region. I'm going to be going through first the top 5 in the Americas region, then EMEA, then Pacific, and then I'll be talking about which region I think has the best group of initiators. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Let me know how you would rank each region in terms of initiator players. And yeah, let's get into it. All right, and we're going to start here with number 5. I have Derek, who kind of had a down tournament at lock-in. I don't think he played that great. Um, but I really trust him to get back to where he was before and possibly even climb higher than this ranking. But I can't place him too much higher than this because of his last really 2 tournaments, honestly, between Red Bull and lock-in. And then number 4, I have Cowanzine, who, if we're just ranking it based off of lock-in, he would be number 1. But I think there are more proven players that are above him right now and should get recognized for that performance. But I expect Kaunzine at the end of this year to at least be number 2 on this list. And now at number 3, I have Saucy, who is one of those players that is ranked based off his previous performances at every international event last year. He was really great, but he wasn't all that good when they played versus Fnatic. I think he was one of their better players. Like I think it was like him and Tens that were playing really well. I don't think Benkata was playing up to his own standards, but I think he'll get back to that. I'll get to that in a different video. But Saucy, I expect to continue to keep getting better, especially with Sentinels probably getting more coordinated and everything, getting all their roles really fleshed out and everything. So I expect Saucy to return to form and be the number 3 initiator in a. And then at number 2, I have Crashies, who is one of the most consistent players in the world. He'll always show up for you in every game. He might not take over games, but he'll be a very, very solid player in every game. And I think that's why I think he'll be top 3 at least over the next probably 2 years. And then for my honorable mention, I have Trent, who would have been on this list over Derek had it not been that he's an Ascension player and is not in franchising. I just wanted to give him a kind of a shout out. I think he should be in franchising over some players, especially some of the NA ones, and I think he'll probably find his way into it next year, whether it be through the guard, making it through Ascension, or him just getting picked up. And finally, at number 1 here, I have Zeppa, who I get didn't make an international event all of last year, but he was consistently one of the top 2 initiator players in NA, in my opinion. His Sky is probably the best in the world, and I think some of his other initiators do have some work to do, but I think he can get there. He can also play more than just this. He's played like the Sage, the KO, all that kind of stuff. And I think he'll just continue to get better throughout the season here, even though Cloud9 will probably continue to get worse. And to start off my EMEA list, at number 5, I have Zipan, who has consistently been one of the best flex players in the world for Navi and for FPX. And I think he'll continue that into this year. I think he'll be an extremely solid piece for them. I don't think he'll like similarly to Crashies. I don't think he'll have a really bad game at all. Like he'll have games that look bad, but aren't like that are statistically bad, but are not like actually bad. Um, so yeah, I think he's one of the better flex players in EMEA, if not the best, and should continue that into this year. And now I have Cloud at number 4, who was just so good for Giants at lock-in. He helped them destroy Detonation. I thought he played really well in that game. And then against NRG, he was probably their best player, even though that wasn't really a high bar because they kind of got rolled in every facet of the game, and especially in those second 2 maps. But yeah, I think he should continue to be one of the best initiators in the EMEA. Now at number 3, I have Trex, who is just an absolutely cracked kid. he was insane at Copenhagen. He was really good online before that and in LCQ. And then he played really, really well in that game against NRG. He was a big reason they went up 9-3. I had him on my breakout players list after the alpha bracket ended. And I think he'll continue to grow on that initiator role as long as he plays it instead of, I think it's Wolfen on Koi? Yeah, Wolfen. And now the number 2 initiator in EMEA, I have Xiao. I think this is pretty much 50-50. Like, whoever you prefer, him or Leo, I wouldn't be mad at you taking. I considered putting him above Leo, but I think Leo's performance at lock-in kind of just boosts him a little bit above Xiao. I know maybe that's a little bit of recency bias because Xiao was also insane at lock-in. Like, every single time this guy's in a 1v1 or 1v2, you feel like he's going to win it. I feel like he's favored in every 1v1. It's about 50-50 in every 1v2. This guy is just unbelievable. And yeah, that's why he's my number 2 initiator in EMEA. And yeah, as I said, number 1, I have Leo, MVP of Lock-In, the finals MVP of Lock-In. He was great online before Copenhagen. He was great at Copenhagen. He was great at LCQ. This guy is just so ultra consistent. And it looks like he'll continue to be. I think his like clutching is a little bit worse than Xiao, but it's not far off. He's just an unbelievable player. And now on to the Pacific League, where I have SK Rossi at number 5. I thought he played really well at lock-in. That was really my first exposure to him. He actually played really well in the flex role, despite playing mainly duelist previous to this, and I think he'll continue to get better throughout the season here, and is my number 5 initiator. And then at number 4, I have Zeta, who has mainly just been playing KO for T1. They got him in the trade with Curry and Autumn back in like, what was it, May, June of last year. And he was one of the best initiators in all of NA at the time. And I still think he is a really, really solid player despite not playing the Sova or Fade here. And I still think he can reach those high levels again. And I think he will. Now at number 3, I have Envy from Team Secret. He was definitely the breakout player of the tournament for me. He just played so well in both games, especially against Liquid. Really helped them get that win. His KO, I thought, was one of the best at the whole tournament. And I think this kid, maybe he won't play at the same level that he did at Lock-In, but he'll play somewhere near it and still continue to be one of the best initiators in all of APAC. And now at number 2, I have Stax. He's just been one of the best initiator players in the world for the past like 2 years straight. And I think he'll continue his consistency on DRX and help them get first place in the Pacific League, which I don't think is a hot take. I think they should be able to just roll through this region and be one of the strongest teams in the world again. And Stax being the IGL, being one of the best support players in the world is really going to help them. And finally, at number 1, I have Zest, the second DRX player on this list. I just think his Sova and his Fade are just so good. He's, again, one of these players that's just ultra consistent, never has a bad game. I think he's the one player on DRX who hasn't really had a game where he's quote-unquote choked. And I think he'll continue to be really great. I think he's probably their best player, maybe outside of Mako. And even then, I'm just really high on Zest and think he's one of the best players, not only one of the best initiators in APAC, not only one of the best initiators in the world, but one of the best players, period, in the world. And then the best region in terms of initiator players, I have EMEA. I think they're maybe a little bit top heavy and don't have a ton of depth, but holy cow, that top heavy is really good. Fnatic, they have Chronicle, Leo, Navi has Shao, you got Nookie, you got Cloud, you got Trex, you got some of the Team Liquid guys like Safe, playing Initiator now. You have Zeke on Heretics. You just have so many great players in EMEA. I actually forgot to put Chronicle on my list. Now that I'm re-recording this, I gotta bring up the notes app on my phone and take a look at this real quick. EMEA player rankings. Initiator. Yeah, I should probably have had him in third. So it would have been Leo, Shao, Chronicle, Cloud, maybe. Yeah, that seems about right. Uh, I actually forgot to put him in there, so that's my bad. Chronicle is the third best initiator in EMEA, but that just proves how deep this is. Even Vitality has like Mulsey, who's really good, and yeah. So with that, that's gonna be the video. I'll be doing one of these for every role. I think the next video that I have is just VCLNA predictions because that's gonna be the day after. But then rest of that up until predictions for the main leagues is going to be player rankings. So that should be fun. Make sure to leave a like and subscribe if you enjoyed. Let me know what you guys thought of my lists in the comments below. And yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.